Hey everybody, what's going on? It's the Block Bull here, returning with another episode for the channel. Now today we're going to look at some fundamental analysis rather than just technical analysis on based on the charts. As you're aware, CPI data has been released for this current month, and CPI data has come and surpassed all expectations. So this is bullish news for the dollar. Now I'm just quickly going to go over to the charts just to show you. So this is on the daily time frame here, and as you can see, we've had this decent size green candle for the day. So that's really good news for the dollar. However, obviously, there's this impact on the dollar. If the dollar's doing well, crypto's going down, hence why we're getting this sell-off today. So you can see some of the cryptos here in the watch list. We'll just go over to CoinMarketCap as well, a little bit more clear. So Bitcoin, Bitcoin's still hovering around, but it's down 4.3% on the day. Let's have a look. XRP nearly down 5%. Still at that 60 cent mark, so that's solid news. Hedera, that's taken quite a dip. Gala, 13% near enough. Velo down as well. I posted an image of the charts on x.com as well, where I see Velo coming down to produce that cup and handle ultimately on the macro time frame. The only one holding here is WTK by the looks of it. Stronghold as well, holding strong. So those are the only two cryptos there in the watch list that are in the green for the day. Some of the smaller caps, if you will. Now, as I was talking about with this CPI data, which has led to the strength in the dollar, I've actually pulled up this economic. Let me just move myself across this economic calendar. So this will run all year round, and I've just filtered it by the month of April. Now, what I've done further, I've now filtered it just to mark out some of these big economies here. I know Japan's one of the big economies. But for now, I've kept the US, Eurozone and China. So that's kind of my filter right there. So if you close that down, and what I've also done as well, you can list by the impact of the news. So if you want the major news to be listed, so that's why I've got all this red sort of news coming out here, which is impactful. Obviously they've got like a sort of traffic light system, if you will. So you got orange, and I think there's another colour here. Let's have a look. Yeah, so you've got no impact, low impact, medium, and obviously high, which I've ticked out there. Okay, so as you can see, we've had all the results for today, Wednesday, April the 10th. So CPI's come out, which is obviously positive for the dollar. However, this CPI data comes out every month, so even though it's crucial and it's impactful, it isn't for me the biggest economic news for the year. Now, what is? Let's skip ahead. This section right here. On Thursday, April the 25th, so that's literally in 15 days time, just after the halving, I believe, we got this GDP Q1 to be released. Now this is what I've just put out in a tweet. If I go back now, if I go on, say, my profile here, I'll tell you what, if I go home and then I'll click on my profile that way, let's have a look, load this up. So this is what I've just posted here. Okay. You don't want to scroll down for whatever, it's glitching out, so what I'll do is I'll just go back onto this post here, because this is exactly the same. So let's just load this up now. So why it matters so much, like GDP is a main indicator of the macroeconomic strength of the country. So the GDP is absolutely massive. So that's kind of what we're waiting for now. And that news release comes out in sort of quarters, if you will. So you get obviously Q1, Q2, Q3. And there's only ever 3 releases of these estimates of the GDP. Okay, so GDP reports are usually published, blah blah blah, yeah, we know that. So again, we've got some other important information as well throughout the year. Unemployment rates, they occur every month as well. Non-farm payrolls, which I've also mentioned. last week because they happen on the first Friday of every month. So they're crucial for currencies, and to get a strength. Obviously that's important because we need to know how these currencies are going to impact our crypto portfolios at the end of the day. Interest rates as well. Now GDP, interest rates rely heavily on GDP. Okay, so it talks about here, higher interest rates provide more value to the affected currency, while lower interest rates decrease desirability of the currency. Interest rates are usually revised every month or two during monetary policy. Interest rate decisions, this is a crucial part here, interest rate decisions greatly depend on the growth of the GDP and other macro indicators. So the interest rates obviously are massive news. This is what all the hedge funds and institutions wait for, is for interest rates, because that kind of dictates what position they're going to take in any sort of markets they're trading. Now if they're waiting for this news, a lot of it is based on GDP again, which is coming out. I'll tell you what, it's been stubborn, this website. So this next release here, and this is the first one on Thursday, April the 25th, so this is absolutely massive. Right, let's just shift myself out there. So let's just read through this. So yeah, this is released quarterly. After publishing the first, let's have a look, see if there's any other information. So yeah, after publishing the first estimate, basically it talks about it publishing an extra couple of times, with the third release representing the final reading. Okay, usually the first estimate is the main market mover. Okay, so it all comes down to this. This is what it all boils down to. Market participants usually dismiss the second and third releases, so they're not that significant. So this for me is the main sort of fundamental indicator that we need. So I believe, I'm going to put my fucking hat out there, that on the 25th of April, once we get this news, we don't know if it's going to be good news or bad news. We don't know if the American US economy is doing well, or it's underperforming in terms of their expectations. So this is going to be absolutely pivotal. I think we're taking this dive now in the markets. Let's just go over to total 3. So when this loads up, this total 3, obviously excluding Bitcoin and ETH, this is what we're looking to do now. So obviously we're getting this sort of flush out. Now this could be the final flush out before the Bitcoin halving in approximately about 10 days. And then obviously we've got that GDP news release, which again is pivotal, and I believe that's when we're going to pop, and that's when we're going to bang, because all the charts are lining up now. The stars are aligning. We've even got the fucking solar eclipse telling us that. Look at this. This is XRP Bitcoin. This is on the daily time frame. This is just on the linear. So you got your linear and you got your log. You can see here, yesterday was bullish. We've kind of broken out here. So yeah, we're just hovering obviously with that CPI data. So whether or not we get extended market structure and kind of stall out up until the Bitcoin halving, and then eventually the 25th of April, which I've got my eye on. You can manipulate these trend lines all you want. So let's just put myself back over there. So you could start manipulating these trend lines to, do you know what I mean, to accommodate. But for me, I feel like we're breaking out. This was a fake out up here. This trend line was drawn on the weekly, so if you're wondering why these are slightly out, this is why. So the weeklies obviously make more sense, because obviously the more macro sort of charts we're producing here. So that's the highest close. I know obviously you've got that wick up there, which marked the all-time high on this current pair, but I like to use where the masses are closing their positions. So that's what we've got up there. It's played down, and we're literally at the end, guys. See how far we can get into this bad boy. Now we can pull that down to these sort of closes here. Yeah, so I've got my eye on this sort of staircase going down here. Close, 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 close. I marked a red candle there on the convergence of the two trend lines. And then obviously we've got our green weekly playing out here. So I'd like to see a strong weekly ideally, but like I said, we can start playing out. So that's XRP Bitcoin. Let's have a look at the USD version. So what's this on the weekly? Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flick over between, see if I can get on to, no I can't do it because I've got this recording in the background. You can't see it, but it's preventing me from clicking on the tab. Anyway, let's have a look, see what this is producing here on the weekly. You know, we do cover these often, but you know, it's good to keep on top of it. So ideally you'd want to be placing it around there. So again, XRP has already broken out and it's going incognito, so something like that. So really we should have been going at the end of March running into April. Whether or not we're going to get a back test on this extended trend line, who knows, but we are pretty much good to go. Again, just stalling out. This is all we're doing, guys, and obviously it's frustrating. We've had that CPI information. We're taking a bit of a dip. You know, considering where we are now, 2% on the day, XRP still holding strong. Velo. Let's have a quick look at Velo, and then what I'll do is I'll finish off with XDC. So what we'll do is we're gonna go. Let's go on the 4-hour time frame. Let that load up. Stretch this information out here. Close that. So where are we here? So I've marked out these trend lines. Let's just have a look for. Yeah. So what I'll do is, so that was the highest close there, and then you've got this sort of range bound here where then it's broken down, retested. Yeah. So these two blue horizontal lines are crucial in my opinion. Now taking a while to get out there, so we've exceeded that. It's come down quite a bit since this morning because I also posted this image over on X as well. So it's coming to exactly where I want it to come, to this bottom blue trend line here. So if we can get down here at this sort of price here, I'm gonna be loading up. But for now I'm holding XDC XRP. Fingers crossed we get an early move. If not, it's not the end of the world. But Velo's gonna be looking absolutely amazing. So let's just go on weekly. Load up, baby. Load it up. So yeah, Velo is playing out nicely. Look at the state. As you're aware, this chart is just absolutely insane. Look at the state. So that's that first target. You know, we might play out here. I could add some more blue lines, but I don't want to overcomplicate things. That's the beauty of my channel. I like to keep everything simple with trend lines and supply and demand levels with these horizontal lines as well, going across to like the highs and the lows, acting as, you know, entries, and also exiting our positions as well when we get towards these highs. So that's Velo. Let's have a look at XDC, see how that's performing. Have we looked at XDC? I can't remember. I make that many videos and I look at these charts this often, but let's have a look. Again, you can use a combination of wicks and closes. It doesn't really matter, you know, because if you just start using closes, it doesn't really make much difference. So this is on a weekly time frame, do you know what I mean? So you could go to like the end of the month around 29th there. So you got the 25th. So again, this is why the 25th is very important. I kind of just stumbled across that piece of information with the GDP, but it's absolutely significant. It's only because it was in the month of April and I was looking at seeing what other sort of fundamental analysis was, you know, due to come out. What's this I've posted down here? That's just the GDP and why it's so important. So that's pretty much it today, guys. Yeah, we're just going to wait until the 25th now, so just keep hold of your bags. I'm pretty sure everyone's, you know, managed to secure their bags. Everyone's diamond handed as far as I'm concerned over on X. That's the impression I get anyway. Nobody's panicking. You know, we're a couple of weeks out. If that, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, consider subscribing, and I shall see you next time. Blockable out.